Hi, everybody. Seth Apter here, and it is a good day. Why? Because I have a new release with Sizzix and I get to share it with you. I am really excited for this collection. If you know my collections from prior releases, you get a good sense of what I have for you, but I got some new things and some twists that you might not be expecting. I want to say, even though it sounds strange, that my inspiration is creativity. Because what I am trying to do with this collection is inspire you to create your way with my products. You probably already know that my items are a little bit grungy and they're a little bit abstract, and they can be used in so many versatile ways. It is really important to me that when you get my collection in your hands, that you can take it in any direction that suits your creative voice. In this release, we have 6 items. There are 5 Thinlit die sets, including a jumbo, which you've all gotten used to from my prior releases. And there is 1 embossing folder because you know me and you know I need some texture. This collection is meant to be versatile so that you can use it in many, many different ways. It works really well with my prior releases, but it also stands on its own. With a pair of scissors, you can change everything, and you can change the shape, the size, and the direction of the dies that I'm providing with you. You know what? I got a couple new things that for me are very exciting, and I'm hoping that they are for you as well. So let's round this intro up and let's go to the videotape. Let's see this collection, and I am so curious to see what you think. Let me know in the comments. And also, if you create anything with any of these, please tag Sizzix and myself so I get to see the creative magic that you have made. Let's start with Gridiron. This is a single die, but boy, does it pack a wallop. And its large size is exactly what gives it its versatility. You can use it in its entirety on a 12 by 12 inch scrapbook spread or in a large journal page, or better yet, you can break out your scissors and you can cut it down in a gazillion different ways. I know because I counted. One of the things I love best about this die is that it has all these gaps and you can use them in many different ways. You can lay it out so that the background shows through, or you can add your own little details, be they numbers, letters, words, or even little tiny pictures. They act as a frame and really highlight whatever it is that you put inside. Let's take a look at some artwork so you see it in action. And you can get a better sense here of what it looks like when it's layered with lots of small little details right behind, highlighted by those beautiful, wonky, linear, and curvy frames. Next up, we have Paper Cutz 2. And if you already have Paper Cutz 1 from my last release, you already know how cool these dies are. This is a set of 4 dies. You get the 2 hero dies that cut these holes through your paper. And you get 2 additional dies that lead to matching backgrounds. The most basic way you can use this, cut out the background, cut out the hero, and then layer. You get this cool freestanding element. And a tip, if you do the bump and just move it just a little, you get that shadow and it feels even more dimensional. There's so many other ways you can use this die though. And the 2 favorite ways, any die cut that you've ever made, cut these holes in it. And on a card front or any single sheet of paper art, you can take the hero dies and cut the holes through so that you have these shapes instantly in your art. And speaking of art, let me show you a sample so you get a better sense of how it looks in action. And you can see just how cool it is. I doubled the background there so there was even more dimensional, and it feels like it is popping off the page. Here we have a typography. Many of you know that my first 2 releases included word wafers. These were sets of dies that spelled out words and also included letters. However, none of them had the full alphabet. So now, by popular demand, I have my own full alphabet. But there's more, because not only does it include the letters, it includes numbers 1 through 9 and a lot of punctuation. What is really cool about this alphabet and makes it a little different from many others is that it is a wonky. So if you look closely, you'll see that there's no straight edge, and that even better, there are little holes and little gaps in each of the letters, numbers, so that you can see through to the layer below. Let's look at some artwork to give you a better sense of this. Here we have the word dream. I cut out the letters twice. The white letters are underneath. I did the bump once again with the dark letters, and I created this dimensional, beautiful word. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about and dream about how you can use this alphabet to spell the words of your dreams. I am so excited to share with you Mini Page Duo. It is a set of 2 dies that enable you to make your own mini book. And those of you who know me well know that I love to make many, many, many mini books. What's cool about these is that these are not just square. They do measure about 2.5 by 2.5 inches when closed, but they are anything but even. Once again, we have wonky edges that bring personality to your piece, and a score that allows you to fold it so easily. When we look at the second one, even more interesting, it's got these really interesting frayed edges and little gaps to allow you to see through your mini book page from one page to the next. Let's take a look at the artwork. Gives you a better sense of what this is all about. And a quick aside, if you look at that element right there, you might recognize that. It's a small segment of Gridiron, the jumbo die I showed you first. It is so cool when you open the book and you get a better sense of what you can create so simply just by rolling these 2 dies through your machine. You get what looks like an edgy, cool, wonky, complex, tiny little book. And it doesn't just have to be a book. You can also make this into the most adorable mini card that you can ever think of. I am thrilled to share with you Viewfinder. I try to bring something new to every one of my collections with Sizzix, and in this case, this is all new because it is my first stamp die set combo, and I couldn't be happier with how it came out. You get 2 dies, one which creates a solid background, and a second, the hero die, that creates this viewfinder, this multiple framed element that allows you to fill it up with anything you want. And you certainly can fill it up with the designs that you see here, which you can create with the 6 stamps that go along with this set. You can also, of course, use these stamps separately or use the dies without the stamps. So once again, versatility. The most basic way, cut out your background, cut out your viewfinder, and layer. And then it is up to you and your imagination to decide how to use this. This could be an amazing scrapbook page, mini, but packing a wallet because you're framing out all these different photos. You can put words, images, drawings, numbers, anything you want within these frames. And of course, you can put the stamps. But let me show you with the artwork how it looks when you add stamps and other elements to create something uber cool. Anytime you frame something, you're telling the person who's looking that it's important. And so with this, we have all these important little elements popping through. You can see some of the stamps. as well as some other elements that I thought would bring this piece to a whole new level. Basically, anything is possible with Viewfinder. Last but not least, I have one embossing folder, and because it's a Sizzix Textured Impressions 3D embossing folder, you know it's going to be good. I love texture, and you get so much with multiple levels of texture. I love how this design came out. You can get a sense of it from the folder, but I think you might be able to see it better in a piece that's been cut. You see the design elements, you see the texture. You can use this as it is, you can cut it into smaller pieces, and you can even use the lines within the design to determine how you cut it up. I think it's best seen in some art. And if you're going to do it once and have some texture, you might as well do it twice and have even more texture. Okay, if you're going to do it twice, let's go for an even 3. The deep cuts here give you this sense of actual texture that is multi-level, dimensional, and so interesting. Had to have an embossing folder. Couldn't be happier with how Magic Mesh turned out.